In a written response to an inquiry from GITA Administrator Tony Blas, Guam Shipyard President Matthews Pothin writes that Watts contractors engaged Guam Shipyard for loading these unique piles and slabs for the Navy. In fact, these piles and slabs, he writes, are military cargo for a military project in Hawaii under a military contract.
Matthew Pothins, the shipyard president, informed me that he was contracted to provide crane services to load these pilings onto the vessel, and that it was a military contract.
At least the shipyard believed it was military cargo, apparently based upon what Watts had told them. But before that August phone call between Pothin and GITA, the Navy had already ruled that the cargo was not military. The commanding officer of Naval Base Guam, Captain Scott Galbraith, told PNC News earlier this month that Watts had approached the Navy last spring about shipping this cargo from the Navy's wharf. The captain said no, because the cargo was commercial.
I wanted to know if they could come in our back gate, because they were making concrete poles just outside our back gate. Could they use one of our wharfs to load the poles onto a barge? And I said no.
Why?
We don't do commercial activity on our base. They came back a couple weeks later, the public works officer, and said, well, now they've gotten together with Guam Shipyard and would like to work with Guam Shipyard. Would we allow them access to get the poles to Guam Shipyard? And I said yes, because I don't interfere with commerce of Guam Shipyard.
Guam law requires that all commercial sea cargo must be loaded and unloaded at the port of Guam. Did Guam Shipyard's loading of what they apparently thought was military cargo violate that local law? Mike Cruz is GITA's project director.
The port would determine whether it's a violation of the law, not us, because our lease says that they have there are certain purposes that they can use the property for.
What does the
ship
lease
repair,
say?
Ship repair and related industrial use.
Services.
Not cargo loading.
No, it doesn't say that specifically. It doesn't allow it, nor does it disallow it. It's just not mentioned in the lease.
GITA's attorney is still reviewing the question of whether the lease was violated, and the Guam Attorney General is reviewing Guam Shipyard's qualifying certificate, which affords the shipyard a substantial reduction in GovGuam taxes. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.